I'm Spider-Man!
Oh, Lord. Save me from this hour of pain and torture. This is my Halloween penance. Are you going to start?
Yeah.
All right, I'm waiting. I don't think you're starting.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another edition of the Ultra Fusion Thursday Night Hangout. I am your host, Charlie, and I am joined once again by the prolific comer himself, Zealeus.
I don't know what is going on with your voice. You got some weird modulation thing going on. I think you're having issues. You might want to get your voice box / larynx checked out tomorrow. Because, yeah, I don't know what you're doing. I hear weird things.
Whatever, man.
Oh, you got a different cup today. I'm very impressed.
Well, all of the Witch cups are down here and they're dirty, so.
I thought you used the dirty cups anyways.
No, I know, but this one has ice.
Okay, whatever.
I need ice!
Maybe you need an ice maker down here.
Yes.
That's all. Many of your woes in life, I think.
Yes.
You know, ice maker down here and a keg. You should just live down here.
Yes.
And get a baby swing down here. It would be perfect.
What?
A baby swing.
For who?
The baby!
Oh, yeah, sure.
What do you think I was talking about?
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't have a baby. If I do, there's something seriously wrong. You know? Maybe a really bad rom-com from Fox that gets canceled after 3 episodes.
If you're lucky.
Yeah. It seems to be the theme of the season. Oh, wait, this show looked terrible when we were making it in production. Let's try putting it out there anyway.
Wait, this TV show is going to be phenomenal. Let me show you the pilot behind closed doors. Oh my God, this sucks. Never mind.
Yeah, and then, yeah, there's some shows that just make me
like Aquaman.
Aquaman?
Did anyone see the Aquaman pilot? Apparently it was terrible. I don't know.
Is that why we didn't see it? Because it was so terrible? Mm-hmm. It flamed people's eyeballs.
It got canceled before it could premiere.
Well, it's better to kill it out of its misery before it can come onto air and make people suffer and die from a poor viewing experience.
All right, so ladies and gentlemen, this is the Halloween themed episode.
Is Halloween coming up soon?
Yes, it's coming up on Saturday.
Wow,
yeah.
I live in a condo and I don't have kids, so Halloween doesn't really me.
Is someone going to knock on your door? There are kids in the complex?
No, there's 2.
Oh, well.
I don't really live in an area where you're getting trick-or-treating. I mean, it's not that it's not a nice area, it's just there's no... I mean, you would not have much reception going trick-or-treating. I could throw my cat at him.
That sounds violent and dangerous.
Trick-or-treat!
I would not recommend that you throw your cat at individuals.
I'll cut her nails, so it won't hurt as much.
All right, so anyways,
I could put a mask on her. I could take her mask and put it on her. Would that help?
Maybe.
I'll bring this under advisement.
All right, so let's go right into a little bit of... first of all, ladies and gentlemen, the audience members, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, or topics, please drop some on us. That sounded wrong.
It always does for me.
But, so the first topic that I have...
Wait, let me guess. It starts with an E.
No, we're going to do that one later.
What?
Yep. Okay.
You're swapping things up? I don't understand.
Yeah, I'm swapping things up, you know?
Keep
it fresh. Keep it fresh.
I can't handle the change.
Fresh!
No.
All right.
This is not like an Old Spice commercial.
All right, Zealeus. The question I proposed to you...
Wait. What does that say on the screen?
Audience topic.
Does it say the Charlie topic?
No, but I have a topic that someone asked me previously, so it's an audience member who's going to watch the recording of this.
Fair enough.
All right, anyways. What, in your mind, makes a successful horror game?
You really sound like the worst planet on the face of the planet to ask this question. My extent of horror player... Wow, that breaking out really wrong. Horror genre games is basically Resident Evil 4, which is not really a horror game. That's as close as I've played.
So, Kid 47.
So,
what makes Resident Evil good, in your opinion?
Because it's a fun shooter game.
Okay.
Which is not really part of
okay, so, so there's...
It wasn't scary. There was no... I know it's kind of sort of that because they're zombies, but it's not really very... It's not... I wouldn't consider much of the horror genre because it wasn't really scary. And if I'm thinking of what makes a horror genre game, it's going to be one that, scares the bejesus out of you. The one that you always mention is Condemned, where totally I was like, dude, I was scared for my life. And I had to turn off all the lights whenever I was done playing. No, turn on all the lights when I was done playing.
Mm-hmm.
And from hearing people when they talk about their game, it's not only that. It's also a game when you hear people talking about it, that leaves an impression.
Right.
And that, whenever they talk about that game, they can be like, dude, I remember this. It's like an impression in my mind. But that goes for like any genre.
Right, but here, Craig's got a great way of putting it. A pervasive sense of dread, making the player feel like things might go bad at any time. Yes. Where you constantly have to wonder if something is about to happen that is going to either kick the shit out of you or scare the crap out of you. I don't remember which Resident Evil it was, because I'm going to be honest with you, I'm not up to date on all the Resident Evils. But there was a Resident Evil one where you're like in some like Transylvania looking town, and there's a guy that's got like a burlap sack over his head, and he's got a chainsaw. And if you're playing with surround sound, which you have to play with surround sound, but oh my dear God, you play the lights off and you hear the chainsaw, and right before the chainsaw comes over your shoulder and cuts your head off, you hear, nice. And then you see the end of the chainsaw go. That is good.
So it sounds like with most games of any genre, it sounds like the key here is immersion.
Right.
It's something that pulls the player in and make they feel like they're actually part of the game that is going on instead of just a passive bystander.
Yes, but I'm going to be honest with you. For me, it's just like horror movies. If you're just going to show me lots of hacking and slashing and lots of blood and guts, I'll be like, woo!
So you enjoyed the Saw movies, is what you're saying?
I
Never saw them?
No.
No? Okay.
I want those. Yeah. Okay. Yes. There's what's going to happen next, and it's like blood sparks everywhere.
That's what I'm talking about. Blood, gore. It's like a good hack and slash RPG. No storyline, just guts.
No. I want something that you've got a mission, and you get those false sense of security because you're like, okay, I've gotten through it. Everything's gonna be okay. Everything's gonna be okay, and then, boom, you get something drops. Eternal Darkness. Have I played that game? I swear I've played that game. Screwed with the player as the character in the game goes mad. Interesting. Dread is a strong emotion, much better than straight up fear or horror. The simple scares, dread is a thing that builds throughout the game and within a person's psyche. Oh no, did it die again?
I see it.
I think we'll have to check it again. Damn it.
I'm trying to pull it up on my phone.
All right. Yes, dread is definitely a huge component of the horror.
The horror genre?
Yeah.
All right, we'll see what happens. I'm getting a ad to play not a horror genre game.
Yes, Call of Duty, Black Ops 3. Woo!
That's a scary thought in itself, though. I'm just saying.
All right, I'm going to kill this because I'm wondering if this is...
No, not the pumpkin!
Yep. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen, the jack-o'-lantern's going bye-bye.
You're set.
I think we're fine.
Okay, yeah, we're good.
Okay. Can a good Lovecraft game be made, or are they doomed to making the unbeatable Cthulhu into a cheesy boss? See, okay. My answer is they're gonna make the unbeatable Cthulhu into a cheesy boss. It's gonna be just like this is my issue with superhero movies. For the most part, you have this badass villain who's been around for like 100 or 200 episodes when it comes to comics, but it only takes him 2 hours either to die, to figure out that he's been wrong and he turns to the side of good, or he actually I think it just dies or gets arrested.
So what about like TV shows like say Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. or Arrow, where the bad guys actually get the full story and drawn out from start to finish?
I like that. See, I don't understand. Okay, Batman is constantly going to be battling the Joker. He's not going to magically, the Joker appears, and and wreaks havoc on Gotham. And in 2.5 hours, or I guess like a week, in the show, or that time. Oh no, come on now.
But isn't that like any TV show or any? Mine's working.
Weird.
But isn't that like any movie where the protagonist has to overcome some big bad great evil?
It froze.
Oh. Damn your internet!
All right. Hold on a second. We will be right back. Resetting router.
Yay!
Yay!
So we need to go kick some ISPs and the ass.
Yeah.
Give a swift kick where the sun goes.
Damn you! All right. So the last thing Craig said in Cthulhu stories, if you're facing the great horror, things have gone bad. It's all about the lead up to the potential of the great horror appearing. Yes, that's true. That's true.
Instead of just the big bad appearing right away.
Right. No. But the thing is that you have this this overall like super evil. Okay. And yes, from time to time you're going to have those bad guys who are going to get in your way, and you're going to be able to do away with them. But then there's that super evil that you either just attack, or you actually run into and you survive the attack, or you wound the super evil and it's got to go back and recuperate.
And that's what you see a lot in the TV shows, at least. Is you get a lot of that roundabout going back and forth.
But the thing is, you have to keep it interesting.
Yes, and I think for the most part, the TV superhero shows have been doing a pretty good job of that.
Mm-hmm.
I usually watch, my personal choice is Arrow,
Mm-hmm.
is what I've been watching, and they've been doing a pretty good job of keeping the big bad villain interesting up until the end. One of them was actually over a two-season arc for the bad guy, which I really liked, mainly because I really liked the villain. He's from another television series, which I greatly enjoyed. But then you also have Agents, Marvel's Heroes of... I can never get that stupid title right.
Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
It just messes with my mind, man. That's another one I enjoyed too. Same thing. I like it when they can get the longer arcs going in for the superheroes versus the villains. Make things a little bit interesting. But you're all right. There are some times where it does kind of drag on, where it's kind of like, all right, are we going to see something interesting happening anytime soon, or are we just going to continue to have filler?
Right.
That's where a show like Daredevil was so praised. Because it was just bam, right to the point. Like it just smacked you across the face.
I still haven't seen Daredevil, unfortunately.
It's good stuff, yeah.
I'm hearing a lot about what's the new one? Jessica something?
Yeah, because like I don't remember her name, but like the concentration changes for each season.
Right.
I have not seen the new one, so just the Daredevil.
Mm-hmm.
With Netflix and their craziness.
Mm-hmm.
What about you? Seen any good horror movies lately?
Horror movies?
Yeah.
No, really.
You know what you don't really see horror genre television shows. Like television shows that are meant to scare you.
American Horror Story.
This is true. Okay, we got one.
Jessica Jones. That's the one I was thinking of. Yeah. The thing is, or The Strain. The Strain's another good one.
I never watched that one. Did you see that?
I saw a little bit of it. I'm like, oh man, I really want to get into this, and then I ran out of time. Yeah, David Tennant is the Purple Man in Jessica Jones. Okay, so
I think it's a lot harder to do a horror story over a season though, because you have to continually be able like.
It's got to be evolving, but the thing is, you can't. It's got to be evolving, but it's got to be focused.
Mm-hmm.
So, like the one thing that I kind of like, but I don't like about American Horror Story, is the fact that they, every single season is completely different, but they will recycle actors from season to season, but they'll play something totally different, has nothing to do with their previous actor, the previous role they did.
That's pretty different.
Yeah. But I can't remember which one it was. It's like Stars is premiering Ash vs. Evil Dead. Yes. 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 I'm so interested in that, actually.
But the real question is Campbell in it?
Yes.
He is?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
He's playing Ash.
Nice.
He's reprising his role.
Sweet.
Can't go wrong there.
Maybe when he's in a bind, he can get Michael Weston to help out. Look, I need some backup, guys. Can somebody help me out here?
What do we think about Fallout 4?
Oof. When's the release date for Fallout 4?
I don't know. I'm going to be honest with you. I played Fallout 3 and got so freaking bored of the game that I think I'll wait for everyone to really, tell me about Fallout 4. And to be honest with you, I just got a brand new game in for my Xbox One.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, it already came out. October 11th,
That's not... Okay.
2015. Halo 5 just came out, and so I'm playing that.
How do you enjoy the Halo 5 so far?
So I only played like an hour into it, but I have to say that I'm very interested to see where the story goes. And I'm sorry, this might be a bit of a spoiler. I don't know. But in all the previews, it's like, the Master Chief is dead.
Oh no!
But apparently, what you see in the trailer hasn't happened in the game where I'm at right now, because the Master Chief's fighting well.
Woo, yay, Master
Chief.
Chief.
I've played as the Master Chief.
What? That's crazy talk.
He's looking for Cortana.
Imagine that. It seems to be a theme in Halos.
Yes, yes. Okay, so there is oh my gosh, I just blanked out. So if you're looking for horror-themed games, well, this is kind of horror-themed. Zealeus and I have both played this game. It's called Brawl. It definitely has spooky-ass characters. I don't think Master Chief is going to die. Well, the thing is, to the general public, he's dead. But apparently he's gone completely rogue. My guess is that he hooks up with Cortana. Cortana, of course, being... Halo 4 has been out forever, so whatever. Cortana got in contact with, like, the ancient race's supercomputer, so now she's, like, expanded beyond everyone's understanding. And I think Master Chief and Cortana could hook up and truly see what the world really is. And that's when he goes completely off the grid. But to save face and to make the UNSC people still look like awesome dudes, they just say that Master Chief tragically died.
What?
Yes. But anyways, Brawl is, it's like Bomberman meets the cast of Twisted Metal.
Yes.
I meant to write the review today, and I apologize I didn't do that. But yeah, I've got it for the PC. It's also on the PlayStation 4 and also on the NVIDIA Shield.
So how does the PC version compare to the console version?
Same deal.
Same deal?
Same deal.
Did you use the controller on
Yes.
the PC? Okay.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, God. This is a game that I'm finding less and less games where the keyboard and mouse would be the preferred.
Blasphemy!
Way. I'm just saying. Well, the truth of the matter is that the word, or basically the term exclusivity is a thing of the past. There's now timed exclusivity, unless you, of course, you are a first party studio, like Studio 343.
Well, isn't Halo
that's
exclusive?
Halo. Yeah. No. So Bungie sold Halo to Microsoft.
Yeah.
And Microsoft created a new studio, and then that's an internal studio. Some games these days are very hard to play with keyboard and mouse. Absolutely. But now I want to make a point, though. See, what a lot of people think of as like a horror game are just extremely difficult to play games. That to me is not, it's like, oh, we put, spooky, scary guys here, and you're going to die a lot. That to me does not, immediately equate to a horror game.
I agree.
I want to be okay. What's required for a horror game to work for me? It has to make me want to play with all the lights out.
Ooh.
Okay.
You don't do that anyways?
I'll play any game in the dark, but there are some games I'm just kind of that after I play it for a little bit, I don't automatically have to go. Oh man, I got to make it dark so that I'm going to be freaking out. I want that. I want that game where it's like I'm dying to turn out the lights so I can get the shit scared out of me.
Okay.
It's got to have that sense of dread, as Craig was saying earlier. I got to feel like at any moment, shit's going to go the wrong way.
Make you jump in your pants?
The Last of Us is a need to play in the dark. Yes, I would. Parts of it are. There.
What parts aren't, apparently?
Well, some of them is kind of just like, but there are definitely some parts where you definitely want to play in the dark. Those really suspenseful, kind of like edge of your seat pieces.
But it's not throughout the entire game.
No,
is what you're saying.
No, it's not. It's not a constant. I want to have those. I want to have in the game. I want to have that soundtrack where you might hear something crawl on the wall.
Nope.
And
I don't want that.
And you're like, what the shit is that? And then it's like false alarms. I want to have those false alarms thrown in there where I'm kind of putting it this like slight ease, and then BAM!
See, I don't want to play. Okay, maybe it's just a scaredy cat or something, but I don't want to play horror genre games. I have enough creepy noises in my place where I play a game like that, I'm just not sleeping. I like to sleep, and no, I'm just a wuss.
Hackett Jerry asks top 3 favorite games. Wow, that is a very loaded question. I'm just going to give you 3 off the top of my head. I'm not going to say that they're my all-time 3, but they're the 3 that come immediately to my head, and that, of course, is Master of Magic.
Oh, you took mine.
Sorry. Sproggywood.
Ooh, Sproggywood has really made it into your top 3.
Well, I'm not saying that that's my all-time top 3, but the top 3 right off the top of my head is going to be Sproggywood. It's going to be Master of Magic. And then my third one, ooh, man, that's going to be tough.
There's always good ones out there.
Shit.
Uh-oh.
I'm going to have to go with... Oh, man.
So what do you think about it? I always like the what are your favorite games questions. But the one thing I always think of when I'm thinking of like, okay, are we talking like the favorite games that I can play today or just kind of like historically? So like for instance, one of the ones that popped in my mind is my top 3 of all time would be Diablo 2 Lords of Destruction.
Okay. Yep.
In its era, it was a phenomenal hack and slash game and had a lot going for it. But if you try throwing up Diablo 2 today, it's a terrible experience. Mainly because the resolution is maxed out at like 800 by 600. So trying to play it on a modern PC is just a terrible experience. It just looks all pixelated and crap. So that's kind of my, some get like that's one of my top 3 would be from past to now. So
Heavy Rain.
Ooh,
Heavy Rain.
Ooh, that's a good one. Heavy Rain.
Speaking of Heavy Rain, the company behind it, Quantic Dreams, they're coming out with a new game. I am so excited, and this might actually make me cave in and get a PlayStation 4. Even though Beyond Two Souls was, in my mind, a disaster.
Oh no.
Absolute disaster. Well, the thing was like they tried to do like a little in the future, a little in the past, but it was so fragmented that I'm just like.
Alright, so Diablo 2 Lords of Destruction, World of Warcraft, the vanilla version, where you did the 40-man crazy raids. Spent way too many hours on that.
PlayStation 4. No, sorry, what? Xbox or PlayStation 4? Xbox One.
And
Xbox
then,
One, hands down.
I'm going to have to actually go with, I think, Civilization 2. It was just a classic in its time. The current iterations of Civilization might be better as actual gameplay goes, but at the time, in its place in history, it was just a phenomenal game.
Xbox One, hands down, and the reason is because I like the fact that it's completely integrated with, or almost completely integrated with my cable box, so that I can issue voice commands. And
who needs to use remotes anymore? Hands are overrated.
Do you have any idea how fast those damn batteries go? And the controller doesn't automatically power off.
So, okay, how long until we get a video game you can just play it? Why can't we play a video game if you hear your voice? A, B, X, Y, Z, come on. I think you should be able
There
to.
are games that you
But
can
they're not
play.
really, like, common.
Well, of course, because the thing is that you would have to have a good mic. Not everyone's going to have a good mic. And the other thing is, even though Microsoft wants the Kinect to be a requirement, they went back and give you a non-Kinect version.
And they did do a press cut of all that.
Yeah. All right, real quick.
Whatever console you get, that definitely makes the decision.
Right,
I
absolutely.
hear that.
Absolutely. I've seen PlayStation dick me over enough that I'm just Sony had. Yeah.
You just don't like Sony. It's okay. You're not a Sony fanboy.
I used to be though. PlayStation 2 was my shit,
Everybody liked the PlayStation 2.
and then they fucked it up.
There was
from
something to
then
hate on when the PS2 was around, and then the PS3 came out.
Mhm.
You know, it's a hell in a handbasket.
on. I'm trying to think. If I had to go like really old school,
Mm.
Wii or Wii U. Okay, so the Wii U is a financial failure, but I've heard that there's some phenomenal games on there if you're willing to jump on board. What is it? Splatoon is one of the games. I do have to say that Xbox Live is so much easier than PlayStation 4 Online. I wouldn't know. The final straw for me was when the PlayStation Network got hacked and all my stuff got stolen, and somewhere in California people were buying stuff with my credit card information.
That was me. Sorry, bro.
No, it wasn't you.
I felt the need.
Whatever. But I've heard that there's some phenomenal things about the Wii U. My only issue with the Wii U
The
is
only
that
issue.
no, my only issue with the Wii U is I wanted the ability to have 4 Wii pads connected to my Wii U so I could play some Legend of Zelda: Story of the Four Swords.
But that didn't happen.
No.
That's crazy.
Ooh, but in Xbox One versus PlayStation 4 debate, don't forget the Nintendo love. Okay. My Nintendo's in its own little niche. Okay, they're not competing with Xbox One and the PlayStation 4, and that gap has increased simply because of the difference in controls. You're seeing a lot of the games that are multi-platform avoiding the Wii U because they have to reinvent the wheel, or they have to dumb down certain things like the graphics and also certain components to the game to their game.
So do you think that Nintendo really has a chance then to resurrect their company with whatever their next magical iteration of the console is going to be?
Yes, and it's probably gonna have VR on it.
VR centric or just like VR?
Dell or Mac?
Dell or
How about PC? I'm a PC guy.
I
game on a PC.
My job, I actually manage Macs for a living. That's what I do. So I love certain things about the Mac environment, but at the same time, when I get home, I use a PC because I play video games. And when it comes to be able to upgrade your components and your hardware, Apple dicks you over, especially when it comes to graphics cards. I mean, what you pay for an upgrade on basically an iMac or even a Mac Pro for that matter, to get comparable experience on the PC is just insane. It's just insane. There's no other way to put it. So if you're a video game player, I would say go with the PC. But there are strengths to the Apple ecosystem. But for me at home, I just don't really feel the need for it. And the other nice thing too is you can do modular upgrades to your computer.
Screw that, man. I'm going Gateway.
Dude. Let's see here. Who else?
HP.
Gateway 2000.
Compact.
Yes, I like it. Actually, it's compact.
Most
HP.
games on Steam or something are always available on Windows, but not many on Mac.
Correct.
Right, absolutely.
It's because you have to go and redo you have to recode the entire game for your Mac. That's what it comes down to, because it's a different platform.
Okay, so yes, it interacts different. The way that games are installed and interact on that OS is different than how they interact on Windows.
They're Intel based at least. That helps.
Though Though the architecture has gotten a lot more similar because they now have the same type of processor.
And you are seeing a fair number of
What's up, Nakamoto?
Steam games, especially on the indie side,
Mhm.
releasing nowadays for Windows
Mhm.
and then also Mac and Linux.
Mhm.
So we're seeing that a lot more in the games that come across our desk is all three genres. Of course, the big issue you run into on the Linux side is the graphics drivers are shit. So trying to get any kind of optimization out of a graphics card for Linux can be a painful experience at times.
Yes.
So the AAA titles are still kind of hopefully trickling in. Like I think Civilizations are available on the Mac, for instance. I know Civ 5 was available on the Mac at least. So some games are trickling into the Mac ecosystem.
Right. Well, okay. So yes, if they wrote it using a good engine, i.e., Unity, it shouldn't be as horrible to port. Correct. But the issue is that a lot of individuals do not put it on the Mac and the Linux immediately because they don't have access to those machines. So they don't want to just chance it and hope that it works. A lot of independent developers want to try to get it on as many platforms as possible. I mean, that's why you see that. I mean, that's why it's an awesome time to be a developer because there's so many different platforms you could put your game out on, and a lot of these engines, especially Unity, are supported on a ton of these platforms. Of course, the problem is that you have so much shovelware that just pollutes the ecosystem everywhere that developers have to put their game on every single platform known to man so that they can hopefully get noticed at least on one of the platforms. But because a lot of the marketplaces are just shit, they still might get dicked over. Guys, Charlie's using a different cup. It is Mountain Dew.
Oh, it's still Charlie has to do the do. If he doesn't do his Mountain Dew, I think the podcast is off.
Sorry. Funny story. All my Witch cups are dirty.
Apparently, he can't muster the strength to carry them upstairs. There's too many.
I keep forgetting. Let's just say I keep forgetting. Okay.
There's like 18 of them. That's a lot of cups to forget, yo.
You're sitting on the floor.
I know. I trip over every time I walk in here.
Whatever. Anyways, so yes.
Although at the same time, it is probably easier to develop for the Mac than the PC because with the Mac, you have a very closed ecosystem with very few architectures.
It's like
you know what you're getting for your architecture, for your hardware when it comes to Mac. It's almost like the iOS. It's very few variables you have to deal with.
Okay, why do you think they put certain games on Xbox but don't put them on the PS4? Same with the other way around. Contracts. There are definitely some companies out there that still have those contracts where they're either just producing it for Sony or for Microsoft, or they're doing a timed exclusive where their game's going to be first featured on one or the other, and they get a monetary bonus.
Kickback. Bonus kickback.
Yeah, whatever. Not a kickback. That sounds like it's illegal. Incentive. They get a monetary incentive to do it. But the reason why you're seeing a lot of games go to the Xbox is because the Xbox One, it shares the exact same architecture and an operating system standpoint as Windows 10. So if you put it on the Xbox One, you automatically have a game that will also work on Windows 10. Bless you. Whereas PlayStation 4 is a completely different architecture.
Do you think it's somewhat of a holdover, though, back to the old days where, if you had the PS2 versus the Xbox, then you were talking two completely different architectures?
Yes, absolutely.
And you really had to rewrite your game for the other architecture. Do you think there's some holdover, maybe from publishers' mentality of exclusive rights today from the old school way of thinking? Because, you get the old people, the old white guys who are 80 years old, and they kind of don't change their mold of thinking. Do you think there's any of that?
So I think, yes. I think that there are definitely some companies out there that feel comfy in whatever deal they've had, and they just re-up it because they don't want the chance of, let's talk to this other person, and that deal disappears. Mm-hmm. But in retrospect, it also has to deal with certain companies have signed long-term contracts, and only certain companies can break it. Yeah. And so they have to wait. Like Square Enix, they broke their contract with Sony. They paid the penalty, which was I think $1.5 million, so that they could get their game both on Xbox and on PlayStation.
PlayStation.
Real
And
quick,
PC.
Nakamoto. No, it's not a cold shirt. Though it definitely does look like a cold shirt. This is a Spider-Man T-shirt.
Kind of reminds me of the Roman Reigns emblem too.
But this is. I would love for Cole to make a new album. I'm just saying.
So what is that from?
Huh?
So what is that from?
What, this?
Yeah. This is
Spider-Man.
just a spider? What?
Spider-Man.
Oh.
But it does look like the cold emblem. What looks like the best new game coming out for the next-gen consoles? Well, right now, okay, so for the PlayStation, I'm definitely going to say the new game for that's by Quantic Dreams, called
Charlie's pulling it up.
Detroit Become Human, which is based off of the tech demo that they did called Kara or Kara, Kara.
I'm gonna go with
Which
Kara.
after I saw that, I was like, "Oh my God, this has to be a game!" Like, nope, sorry, it's just a tech demo to show you what our new engine. I'm like,
Get our hopes up.
son of a bitch. For the Xbox? Well,
Halo 5 just came out. So
I know. So I know. I would say Halo 5, but with that one not being there, I would say the one that I'm personally looking the most forward to is when the next Mass Effect comes out or the next Gears of War, because I know that they're both coming out.
I feel the feeling it could be waiting a while on the Mass Effect still.
Right, but Gears of War could be coming out. I mean, they did release not the war chest. The war chest is actually
Yeah, I know what you're
Warcraft
saying,
altogether,
yeah.
but basically, the bundle that gives you all of them, 1, 2, 3, and Judgment.
There you go. Now, guys, I don't have any of the next gen consoles, so I don't really pay attention to what's coming out on the consoles. It's just like, yeah, consoles, skip.
I will say that there has definitely been a lot of buzz around the new.
Virtual reality helmets.
No. Oh God, what is that game?
I have no idea. Madden NF 16?
No.
NCAA football 16?
No, it's a Blizzard game. Overwatch.
Oh yeah.
I've heard a lot of buzz on Overwatch, and a lot of them, a lot of the buzz around Overwatch is that there are a lot of Call of Duty esports teams that are actually dropping out of Call of Duty to start playing Overwatch, so that when it comes officially out and goes to the professional level, they're ready and can jump on it early. Favorite game on the PlayStation 4 and Xbox, only one for each. Seeing that I don't have a PlayStation 4, I would not know, but I would assume that Uncharted would probably be on the top of my list. And then, of course, Xbox One.
Smite!
Yes, Smite for Xbox One.
Have you actually played it on the Xbone?
Yeah.
How do you like it on?
That's not bad.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
How is it compared to the PC version?
It's a fixed camera, so you don't. It's okay. I mean, it's definitely different.
You prefer the PC version? It sounds like.
I do, because that's what I first played. Okay. I think that if I played the Xbox One version first and then played the PC version, I think that it would depend on where I'm sitting.
Fair enough.
When I want to play it. So I don't know. If I had to look at any of the games that I've played on the Xbox One, I would probably lean towards either the Dragon Age Inquisition game, which I spent a shit ton of time on, or The Witcher 3. That one was a good one as well.
Well, everybody liked The Witcher 3, it seemed.
Yeah.
You didn't hear a whole lot of people be like, no!
I've played Uncharted 2 and 3. I never played 1. Our buddy Jesse actually let me borrow 1, and it sat next to my PlayStation 3 for a long time, and then I just handed it back to him because I had too many games that I have to get through. Speaking of which, I have a shit ton of games that I need to review.
That seems like a constant theme in somebody's life.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not getting in games.
Well, the problem is that I really need to have enough time to do some of these playthroughs, because I can write two reviews for the PC, one review for the
Ouya.
iOS. No, Ouya is dead. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen, Ouya is dead.
No! Yeah. I was gonna make my dreams off of that happen.
Okay. There's still probably games going out there, but when Razer bought Ouya, the third party PR firm dropped out.
Well,
Grand Theft Auto or Watch Dogs. I heard that Watch Dogs mechanically phenomenal, but the game actually sucked balls. Whereas horses or tennis? Schwa?
am I missing some here, Nakamoto?
Yeah, I don't know. Would I rather ride horses or play tennis? How about play tennis while riding a horse?
While jumping in an equestrian arena. I don't know. I don't do either. I don't have the coordination to play tennis.
You don't have the coordination to play many things.
Wow.
Bam!
Ow!
But you're a pretty good ping pong player.
Thanks! Yay! Woo! Once upon a time, I don't know if I could still hit the damn ball.
Just comparing two completely different things. Thought that was the thing.
well,
No. Grand Theft Auto and Watch Dogs, you can kind of compare those two together. Random choices: cucumbers or sailing ships. I hate cucumbers, and I get seasick. So neither.
So have you ever been to Ted's, where they give you like the little cucumbers at the beginning?
The what?
Ted's restaurant.
No.
Ted's Montana Grill. You get
No.
like a little, like some places give you like chips and salsa. Nope, Ted's gives you cucumbers.
Nope.
It's good food, except for the cucumbers.
No.
And I like sailing. I want to go. I like the beach. I like being on like a boat. Boats are fun.
Give me a mountain retreat with a lake, and I'm good.
Do you go skiing on the lake?
No. God, no. No. I just want the lake to be there to watch the ripples and maybe fish from time to time.
Yeah, I don't do fishing because I'm always afraid someone's gonna hook me.
I've been hooked, and
I
I'm
know!
still fishing, okay?
I am like traumatized through proxy.
Whatever. Okay, do you guys have an opinion or observation on the recent price rally in the Bitcoin market?
I don't follow the Bitcoin. I know
I
enough
I
about
don't know.
Bitcoin
I don't know.
that I don't really
Thoughts on
follow
Overwatch?
it.
Do you guys have a beta key? No, I do not have a beta key. I would love to have a beta key. Or have you watched anyone play it yet? I have not. Oh, but speaking of betas, the closed beta for Paladins, the new game from Hi-Rez, is starting next month in November.
Why do we
I
care
wanna
about
say-
high res?
Because Hi-Rez is a local company here in Atlanta. Actually, they're based in Alpharetta. They, of course, are the makers of Smite.
And Global Agenda, which everybody plays.
And Tribes Ascend,
Wow.
which they basically dicked over after
Yeah.
buying the rights. I'm interested. I'm interested in finding more about Overwatch. Like we were saying just a second ago, there's already esports teams that are trying to get in as early as possible. Some of I think one of the top Call of Duty 4 teams is actually dropped out of Call of Duty 4 and is focusing exclusively on
I remember
Overwatch.
watching some of the Overwatch footage, like when the game was first announced. They had some of the live stuff. They're
Mhm.
definitely for a team-based first-person shooter, like very interesting,
Mhm.
especially with your various classes and what they could do. It looks like you could definitely very skill-based. That'd be a nice way of putting it. You're not just going to run in there and go guns blazing and live very long. It seems,
Oh, well,
which
I'm
is
out then.
unfortunate. I know. It's
I just look. My issue with first-person shooters is either you let me play Rambo, or expect me to have to stand stark still while I aim.
You should have played Team Fortress 2 more then, because you'd be perfect. Because you can play as the heavy,
Right,
and
but the
running
problem
going
was
nuts,
I
or you
never.
play sniper.
So the one or two times I tried to play Team Fortress 2, I couldn't even figure out how the hell to get into a game.
You go click on join game.
That wasn't an option.
Well, you got issues then.
I know. Thoughts on a new game for Honor?
I've never heard of that.
I feel like I've heard of that, but
I don't know what For Honor is, going to be honest.
I can't remember off the top of my head. There are. Let me just go through a couple of the horror games real quick that you should be on the lookout for. And of course, I closed the wrong window.
As Charlie gives us his little things.
Distraint is one of them. It's by the same guy who did The Silence of Sleep. That one was a quick one. That was a quick game, a quickly created game. He's really focusing on another one. There's Layers of Pain. Is that right? Layers of Pain.
I don't know. You're the horror game player.
Layers of Fear. Sorry, Layers of Fear. by Bloober Team. I'm trying to think if there's another one. Oh God, I feel like there's one more.
Which is launching on Mac OS X and Steam OS. For all you Steam OS players out there who already have their Steam box.
Oh man, I cannot remember what the heck. It's gonna hurt me. Let's see here. Nope, not distrained. Damn it! It's the one with the.
Okay, so if you're going to tell our audience they should play one horror game on Halloween that they need to go out and play, what is that one game going to be?
If you got a Xbox 360, I'd say Condemned.
I know it.
I've got costume.
No, I don't have kids, so I don't do Halloween. I'm lame.
My kid's a cop for Halloween.
Nice. Are you guys just gonna go trick or treating around here?
Oh yeah.
Nice. You can steal his candy when he gets it.
We have to do a trade system.
What?
We have to trade certain pieces of candy that he has for other pieces of candy because he's allergic to peanuts.
That makes sense.
And then we'll also probably hide some of the candy.
It's always a good idea.
For Honor is a medieval game that looks amazing.
So like medieval battles type of game, like medieval warfare.
For Honor. If I can spell for. Oh my God. Ooh.
Oh, it's by Ubisoft.
Ooh.
I know.
Ooh, that looks badass though. I might have to look into this.
I'm sure they make it look pretty. All right.
As long as it's not as corrupt as Assassin's Creed Unity, I think I'll look at it.
Good. So, do we have any other topics for the evening, sir?
Yes. I do want to bring up something because it is making headlines everywhere.
Everywhere?
And ladies and gentlemen, let's talk a little bit about South by Southwest. And the fact that you have some very recognizable names pulling out of South by Southwest. And that, of course, are Vox Media, who also owns The Verge.
The Verge.
Verge, right. And then, of course, BuzzFeed have also removed themselves.
BuzzFeed was the first. Well, BuzzFeed hasn't actually pulled out.
Neither is Vox Media.
They're just like, they're basically saying, if you guys don't fix your shit, we're pulling out.
Right. And now you've got to, exactly, South by West South.
They're just confusing me.
Oh, my God. I spelled it wrong.
I didn't even notice that.
I was having so much issues with this freaking thing just playing right that I foobarred that. Anyways, and of course you got a congresswoman who's actually jumping in the ring too. There are 2 panels that were removed from South by Southwest because they were receiving the potential of on-site threats.
And just so you know what they were about. So one was basically, there was going to be a panel by 2 women, and basically it was about how dealing with online harassment and how to potentially curtail online harassment. And what can we do about that? The other one was called like Power Up, I think, or Level Up or something like that. And basically it was being advertised as being pro-Gamersgate, which I don't quite understand, but whatever. But basically both panels were receiving threats, but so 2 panels are basically 2 almost diametrically opposed theories on what to do about online issues as far as sexism, and they both get canceled. And the one thing I did like is you're mentioning the Congresswoman's letter. The one thing I loved is one of the things that South by Southwest has stood for over the years is the diversity of topics. It's got a little bit of this, it's got a little bit of that, and a little bit of that. It's something for everybody to be able to speak their voice. And now basically through, apparently, threats of violence is to opposing viewpoint are basically being canceled. And nope, no more for you. Which is basically hypocritical. It goes against what South by Southwest is almost like creed is.
Okay, so funny that you bring that up. A lot of people are actually saying that that South by Southwest, once upon a time, that was their creed, and they continue to post it everywhere. But in actuality, it's a popularity contest. What they do for their panels is they put it up to a vote.
Reddit style, which always goes so well.
And so this is why a lot of people are able to abuse.
But that's not why these two got canceled.
Well, right.
They were already. It was already
They
part
were already
of
approved.
the panel. Yeah, it had already been approved and voted and whatever.
Right.
It was already a part of the track.
Right. But I'm just saying that a lot of the
you're right. I know what you're saying.
A lot of the panels, there apparently have been quite a few amazing panels or topics, but because the individuals who are saying it may not have as many fans out there as someone else who's giving a ho-hum panel, they lose out because it's a popularity contest.
And anyone who knows anything about the internet knows how easy it is to gain these popularity contests. Just look at the Time Person of the Year award every year.
Yeah.
If you look like it's the official version comes from Time Magazine, but if you look like the initial voting, they always like some wackadoodle person number one.
Yep.
Just because you always have like Reddit and Dig and all the other weird websites. They're like, hey, let's make this fun and get something crazy on number one. So same thing, it's not hard to game any online system is the reality.
Right.
So I'll be interested to see. One of the things that South by Southwest has said that they're going to try to do is have an entire day devoted to anti-harassment or something along those lines. But they've already dug themselves into such a hole where all it looks like is a PR stunt at this point. Because they've already basically screwed themselves over by doing what they've done. And we've been to a few cons ourselves, and there's conventions, and these conventions they've had what you could consider controversial panels.
Yeah.
And in my experience, at least, the people even in those panels have always been, for the most part, respectful of what's going on, and might always have a douchebag or two, but guess what? That's life.
Right.
There are always going to be those people who are like, really? And we had MomoCon last year where. There may have been a couple situations where people felt uncomfortable and maybe wasn't dealt with in the best way. But by and large, it all goes pretty dang well.
Mm-hmm.
But it's another one of those cases where it probably takes a few minority of douchebags to basically ruin the fun for everybody else.
Right. Absolutely. Real quick, Hack and Jerry are asking Batman or Superman in the new movie?
From a pure kayfabe standpoint, Superman can beat anybody. I'm sorry. He's Superman.
Batman. I'm going with Batman.
In real life, Batman doesn't have a chance. Come on. I'm sorry.
Kryptonian tipped batarangs.
Yeah.
Done! He's dead.
We'll see. Yeah.
Kryptonian tipped batarangs in a dome where no sunlight gets in. They just blacklight the shit out of everything.
Yeah.
So he can't pull in the sun's power.
One punch to the face and you're crushed and your neck is broken.
That's why I'm doing like a super force field power armor suit.
Okay.
Anyways.
It's something I am looking forward to it though. Yeah, I am looking forward to. Hopefully, DC Comics can come out with some good stuff as far as the silver screen goes.
They better, because if they just want to continue to make something along the lines of Green Lantern, they got some fucking issues.
Which is funny though, because if you look at it, it's their TV series right now.
Yeah.
Like Flash is popular, Green Arrow's popular. Now they got the new one coming out. It's basically the cast-offs of Arrow. And the Flash.
Something of the future.
Yeah, it's like, Heroes of the Future.
There it is.
That's coming out. I'm really surprised you haven't said anything about a Suicide Squad television show.
I think they're...
Guys, the only reason, it's not really much of a spoiler, but they've already been doing Suicide Squad stuff on Arrow. Mm-hmm. The characters they've had for the Suicide Squad are highly entertaining on the television series. And a couple of them they're good actors in their own rights. Mm-hmm. So I'm really surprised that they haven't pushed more for doing their own standalone Suicide Squad. And I think they're waiting for the movie, honestly.
Right.
I think they're going to see how the movie does, and hopefully Will Smith does not screw up the...
according to the stock photos, he's already effed up royally when he put the... where he's got his lens
on the wrong eye.
The viewer, and then he's looking in the scope for the other eye. He's just like, dude, it's...
he's just in the comics. And the television series. He's just a badass and just doesn't take no for an answer. And I don't see Will Smith doing that.
Are you saying that it's going to be the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air with a sniper rifle?
I really, yes. We'll see what happens. I have high skeptical expectations of Suicide Squad. But who knows? I'm looking forward to it.
Yes. I too am looking forward to it.
Indeed.
Because I want to see about this conspiracy theory about the Joker.
What's the conspiracy theory?
That's actually Robin.
Huh. Well, Robin, he's the second tier hero. He gets the shaft all the time. It's about time he takes a little bit of revenge.
Favorite TV shows of past and now? Firefly. Cowboy Bebop. Trigun. Game of Thrones.
Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Have you ever seen it?
Yes, I have.
Okay, I don't know if you'd seen it or not.
No, I've seen that. I've seen Angel. Angel's still on all the freaking time.
Yeah. It's here. House.
Mm-hmm.
I absolutely love
okay.
the first 3 seasons of House are probably my favorite moments in TV ever.
Mm-hmm.
That's when
Eureka. I liked Eureka.
There's a lot of good. I like a lot of those like sci-fi shows that the sci-fi shows. You got The Lost Girl. You have the Warehouse 13.
Oh, Warehouse 13.
You've got now. It just came out on Netflix. Was oh my gosh! It just came out on Netflix. Dark Matter is pretty entertaining. Yep. I've heard that the Bounty Hunter space one's pretty entertaining.
Killjoys.
Killjoys. I like the stuff sci-fi puts out. I find highly entertaining.
Yes.
It's kind of the mostly serialized, and it still kind of has a little bit of the the theme of that episode going forward, with pretty interesting character arcs. They just do what they do well. My one issue with most of sci-fi shows is they cancel most of them well before they need to be canceled.
You get 5 seasons if you're lucky. It's 4 or 5 seasons.
They're down
maybe
to,
6.
They're down to 3 seasons. A lot of them are down to 3 seasons now.
Well,
like
right.
Continuum, Warehouse 13.
Yep.
So they're starting to get down
Eureka
to
got 5 and 6 additional episodes.
Yeah, so they're starting to reduce
like
what the threshold for episodes is or
right.
seasons on the sci-fi. But
well,
we'll put that a low.
Let's break it down. Sci-fi is owned by NBC, which is owned by Comcast, and Comcast just wants to make money.
Well, there you go.
TV shows start costing money, then out you go.
Yeah, freaking Comcast.
I have a new color now because I glitched out. Very nice.
Yeah, there's just Netflix is dangerous, man.
Oh, it's fantastic.
Well, I love it. Don't get me
wrong.
So,
what I do is I do Netflix, I do Hulu, and I do Xfinity on the go. So I can bounce.
I only do Netflix.
I bounce, so that I can cover like almost every single TV show. Unfortunately, there's some TV shows that I really wish were available, but are not.
Oh, and I really enjoy the Arrow.
Arrow. It's just Arrow.
Yeah, sorry, I'm living on.
It's not the Arrow.
I know, but I really enjoy Arrow.
Netflix and chill.
Yeah. I chill while watching Netflix with my cat.
See, here's the deal. There's a ton of shows like on Netflix and on Hulu and also on Xfinity on the go that I like just to have in the background. I'm not actually good. I mean, I'll like glance from time to time, but it's just kind of like filler noise so that I can focus in on whatever the hell.
See, I can't do that. Like if I watch a television show, I don't multitask well. So when I do something, it can only be like one thing at a time. So like if it's TV, like I'm doing TV and nothing else. Because if I start doing anything else, being on my phone or talking to people, like I lose all knowledge of what has just happened on the screen, being audio or visual. So I have to. I can't do that. Maybe I need more practice.
Yes, you do.
Maybe I should talk to my boss and be like, dude, I need to learn to multitask, so I'm going to start watching TV on my second monitor. It's reasonable.
Did I? Probably.
Okay. So, yeah, Netflix is good times.
It is good times. It's very good times. I'm trying to think if there was something else I wanted to say real quick.
There's always something else.
I know.
You always have another crazy thought.
What? Why are you sad, Lanky Gaming? Does your mom do Netflix and chill? Curious.
What? Okay, no, I'm moving on.
I don't know. I would be impressed if my mother understood anything past writing an email.
I'm pretty sure my mom would understand what Netflix is. They actually always ask me about getting a Roku.
Yeah, my mom had a Roku, but she had no idea how to do it yeah. Anyways,
So what video games are you going to be playing this week?
I'm going to be playing Halo 5. I'm going to be playing Distraint. I'm going to be playing...
Oh, question about Halo 5.
Yeah.
Are you going to play the online portion of Halo 5?
No.
All right, just checking.
One thing that you have to know about me is that I play single player.
I hate people! That's
It's not that I hate people.
No, you hate people.
I hate strangers.
Oh, QQ.
But not you, audience members, because we've already had a conversation, so I'm cool with you. It's just, that's why I don't...
You never know. One of these lucky people could be your next opponent in Halo 5.
Or ally.
Or ally. You never know which way it could go.
Yeah, but do any of you have a PlayStation 4? No.
No.
I have a PlayStation 3. I have a PlayStation 2. I used to have a PlayStation 1 before I tried to put a mod chip on it, and I put the soldering iron through the motherboard.
I play my PC games, and I actually need to upgrade my graphics card, but I'm trying to save up money for it. Because it's about $210. I'll get there.
There you go.
Yeah, I don't plan on buying any of the new gen consoles, I'm going to be honest. The one thing that would push me to get a next generation console is if it had, and I know we talk about this way too much, is if it had true like virtual reality integration. I'm talking like it was actually like basically like when the Wii came out and the motion controllers were like integral part of the games. Like it wasn't just like a cheap add-on, it actually made the game complete. If they did something like that with the virtual, for the most part, there's always exceptions, yes. If they did that for like the virtual reality with the consoles, where it's like a good actual real part of the game, not just some cheesy add-on, but actually made you part of the game, that's what would drive me to buy a next-gen console. But until that happens, which I don't see happening anytime soon,
I think there's always going to be that pushback, though, because everyone, it's that comfort thing. One of the things that a lot of people were, a lot of developers and publishers and even consumers were really fearful of was that Nintendo, when they did the Wii, was that it's going to be a small little controller with a nunchuck, and you're going to be moving it around, and that's totally not the usual thing. So there's going to be that pushback, and I think that's why Nintendo is probably going to be the first one to go, you know what, fuck it. We're doing virtual reality.
But they're the ones who got the motion controls to work in the first place.
Right, absolutely. And some would say that they got it the best.
Yeah.
Even though you had the Kinect, which had no controller, and you had to have the right lighting, do not have the fan on.
Don't have your dog in the background.
Don't have your dog in the background. The back, your back wall cannot be certain colors because that will mess up with the thing.
And you couldn't be too close.
Right. Or you had the PlayStation, which was 2 sticks with bouncy balls on it.
No.
That changed colors. PlayStation 5. Potentially, it could... because they're putting so much time in the Morpheus or whatever they call it, a PlayStation 4 VR, I think, or PlayStation VR, I believe is what they're going to call it. It could be good, but I think that okay, now I'm getting back in the VR conversation here, but the thing is, for something to be successful in VR, it's going to have a shit ton of capabilities past being able to play a game. Because let's be honest, the vast majority of these consoles, they're no longer consoles. They're multimedia-centric devices. They also play video games. But the vast majority of the time when you're using this system is so that you can access your Netflix through your TV. You can get to YouTube. You can browse the internet. You can do all this other stuff, plus play games. So you have to, if you want to put VR on there, that VR helmet is going to do a lot more than make you feel like you're swinging a sword in a game.
And Facebook has said they already want to integrate that.
Oh, right, absolutely.
And I think that'll be kind of one of the first non-gaming uses of it.
Well, I mean, you're looking at Second Life from a first-person perspective. That's what Facebook is going to become. Facebook's also going to try to figure out a way to do concerts, lecture halls, be able to, and we're going to let's. If you have not read the book Ready Player One, after this show's over, you go find
Go
it,
get it.
and read the damn thing, because that's where we're headed.
Yes.
We're seriously headed to the Oasis. Hopefully some, projectful developer hides all the stuff that's in Oasis for awesomeness, because I would love that.
I want it before I die.
Yeah, absolutely. The wait for PlayStation 3 and PlayStation 4 was 7 years, and it should be a few years till PlayStation, I'm guessing 5.
We still got a ways for. They haven't even really talked about the PS5, so we got a ways to go. I think for the PS5.
Well, there's whispers, but we're still way off.
And
you're talking like 2020.
Yeah, I could easily see this being more than 7 years to the next. From PS4 to the PS5, it's going to be more than 7 years.
What's going to? No offense to Nintendo, but what's going to push or make the PlayStation 5 or Xbox, whatever the hell they want to call it, come out
Xbox 1080p
is one of them sets a tentative release date, and then you're going to start seeing a press rush, because they want to be the first one out there, but they also want to have the most polished product. Hopefully, they don't. Whomever is less polished does not pull a PlayStation 3, which is basically give the opposition a year by themselves, because you had to redesign the whole damn controller.
But at the same time, though, Nintendo seems to also release their consoles whenever they're damn well ready to.
Well, right,
they
because Nintendo's their own.
So I see them still. They're going to do it regardless of when Sony or Microsoft decide their next console's coming out.
But them releasing their console could also affect the release of the new Sony console and Microsoft console, simply because if Nintendo really does, jump into the deep end with the VR, and they do it really well, and it turns out that maybe Sony and Microsoft are still a little bit off, you're going to see that their console is going to be pushed further out, because like I said, no offense to Nintendo, but Microsoft and Sony do not see Nintendo as a direct competitor. They see them as a competitor, but not a direct competitor, because we're seeing this fractured consumer base now, where Nintendo is basically either for teens or younger, or geriatric people. And then basically Xbox and PlayStation fill in that middle void.
Of gamers. Right on.
Yeah. All right, ladies and gentlemen, unfortunately we have reached the end of our show. I do want to say a couple quick things, so if you just hold on for 1 second while I switch over here.
Go! It's longer than a second.
November 7th is Extra Life. Extra Life, of course, part of Extra Life is a 24-hour Game-a-thon. Alter Confusion will be taking part in that. And of course, Alter Confusion is us. I will be playing for the entire 24 hours. Zealeus will be jumping in at some point. It is a charity event. Please donate to someone who's playing who's planning to participate in this Extra Life event. All the money goes to the Children's Healthcare.
All of our money.
All of ours. It's the Children's Healthcare Atlanta, but it's the Children's Miracle Network.
We'll get to that in a second.
We'll get that.
That's our next slide.
So I will start revealing next week. I'll start revealing the games that I'll be playing for my 24-hour Game-a-thon. So keep a lookout on for us. Here's the different ways that you can keep up with us. That's our website is
at www.altaconfusion.com.
Our Facebook
at altaconfusion.
Twitter
at altaconfusion. Oh, there's no N, because
the N would break the internet. We're so awesome, and it's one letter too long.
That's it.
YouTube,
Altaconfusion LLC,
and Twitch. Of course, that's what we're on right now. But just in case you're watching the recording,
twitch.tv/altaconfusion.
And Hackin' Jerry. We do a Thursday night hangout every Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time.
7 o'clock Central Time.
And whatever other times that is. I am going, we try to do, unfortunately we haven't gotten down the streaming piece down where we'll stream some of the games that we play. We are an independent video game review website. We focus on independently developed games. That does not mean that we will not talk about some of the more popular AAA titles like Halo or Uncharted or something like that. But the vast majority of our focus is on the independently developed games because those games are amazing. They just need a couple extra voices behind them so that you can find out about them.
Indeed.
So there you go. Like us on, God dang it,
Facebook.
like us on Facebook. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Follow
Tweet us on Twitter.
Follow us on Twitter. I can't remember the one for
Snapchat.
We don't have Snapchat.
Damn it.
Whatever it is for Twitch, I think it's follow or subscribe or something. I don't know.
It's the little heart symbol.
Yes, love us. But anyways, thank you for tuning into the Ultra Confusion Thursday Night Hangout for myself, Charlie, and Zealeus. It's been a pleasure to give you the crazy stuff coming out of our minds, sometimes out of our mouth. And of course, we love you, audience. Come back, tell your friends. Like we said, we do this every single week. We do this for you. Zealeus and I could talk for an hour and 15 minutes by ourselves.
And we often do.
We do. And we would love to have you. The thing is, the audience makes this show. We would rather talk about what you want to talk about than what we have on our script. So thank you again for tuning in, and we will see you at the bare minimum. We'll see you next week, but hopefully we'll get a couple streams in between now and then.
Remember, kids, keep on gaming in the free world.
Amen to that, brother.